Hello, my name is Isabella Doyle, and this is my final presentation. So, part one of the presentation, we will be talking about Procter & Gamble. So, a little bit about me. My name is Isabella Doyle. I am a junior at Grand Valley. I am majoring in marketing, and I have a minor in advertising and public relations. And the company that we chose for our group project is Procter and Gamble. So the chapters that we chose for this project are Chapter 8, Chapter 11, Chapter 14, and Chapter 6. In Chapter 8, our paper discusses the decision-making process and how to better understand Procter and Gamble and how they complete tasks efficiently. Chapter 11, we're focusing on leadership and all the opportunities to grow within Procter & Gamble, and they give many different incentives to their employees for performing tasks well. This is a great way to lead your company because it rewards your employees for hard work and motivates them to do better. Chapter 14 is all about structure and how Procter & Gamble has extremely intricate structure. They have 65 individual brands, so therefore the structure of their company is very important to the health of their company. Making sure that everything runs smoothly is a huge priority because if something goes wrong, it can have a huge domino effect on the rest of the company. Chapter 6 is all about motivation. So there are many different ways to motivate Procter & Gamble employees, and there's the potential to grow within the company, so being promoted, and there is also the potential for bonuses at the end of the year or after, like making a good contract after negotiation or a sale, and other different incentives that can come with success of doing their jobs well. And I chose chapter 14 because I was extremely curious about how Procter & Gamble controls 64 different brands within one company. So, one of the things that I talked about in my paper was outside environment. So I noticed that Procter & Gamble owns Secret Deodorant and also Native Deodorant. Um, and these two deodorant brands make very different products because Native is all natural. It has no aluminum, so no antiperspirant. And Secret is it does have antiperspirant and aluminum. So, a lot of people are making the switch to all natural deodorant. So, Procter & Gamble is prepared for those who do not want to make that switch and those who do want to make that switch, which I thought was really important because either way, they win. So, I also talked about employee integration in my paper. So, direct contact. So, with this, I was talking about Luvs and Pampers diapers. So, both companies can come together and see what parents expect and what they don't like out of diapers for their children and how they want them to function. So I thought that was really important. And also task forces. So having different task forces to find out what ingredients work best for curly hair, for herbal essences, shampoo, and conditioner, and also different scents for Tide Pods for the spring. So recommendations that I would have for P&G is to keep updating their products to stay with the trends, such as all natural deodorant, because if they keep improving, they will stay on top. So my ideal company and job would be working for Ford Motor Company because I want to work for a big corporation and also just working in their marketing department and also doing a little bit of advertising, just using my degree and also having the opportunity to be creative here and there. Um, So my takeaways from Gen Z is basically that I'm going to be working with people from all different types of generations, but also there's a lot of negative stereotypes with each generation, and we tend to focus on those, whereas we should focus on the positive. Like older generations have more experience, and younger generations have a lot of experience with technology because they grew up with it. So we can all help each other out in the workforce. Also, millennials, I did find out, have a very high female education rate. So they kind of paved the way for my generation. Um, a big thing I took away from the career assignment was that for my degree, there are tons of opportunities when it comes to job titles and what I can do. I also found that global manager of media intelligence position at Ford, and I could definitely see myself in this position after I graduate or in the future, and it helped me gain some perspective and excitement for what my future holds. And the coronavirus impact for Ford, it really hit them hard this year. They haven't been able to function as smoothly as they would have liked. My aunt works for Ford, and she was saying that they do have occasional online meetings, but it's not as often. They don't meet as often as they used to. There's not as much work as they used to have. Um, so that has really hit them hard, and they're just really eager to go back to work and get their company up and running again. Procter and Gamble has also been affected by the coronavirus. I read an article on USA Today called "Need Toilet Paper? Procter and Gamble plant goes into overdrive during coronavirus crisis." And this article is basically about a Procter and Gamble factory in Pennsylvania, and they talked about the response to coronavirus. Um, Procter and Gamble is a huge supplier of toilet paper and paper towel and other household products, and they are working very hard to restock the shelves of all those things, and employees are getting temperature checks when they walk into the factory, and they're also practicing social distancing and wearing masks while they're at work. And they're sending huge truckloads of products, so hopefully those can get back into Meijer as soon as possible, and we can all have decent amounts of toilet paper again. Thank you for listening to my presentation.